Name of Allah and Assalamu alaikum, my dear students of 10th class. I'm your geography teacher, Miss Rubina Bande. Today, our topic is cropping pattern. After cropping pattern, we will go to the cropping pattern of India. Firstly, we have to understand what is cropping pattern. Here you can see cropping pattern refers to the proportion of land under cultivation of different crops at different points of time. Let us understand this thing, okay? That means what is cropping pattern? Cropping pattern refers, it indicates, okay, the proportion, the part of land. It shows us that part of land which is under cultivation of different crops at different points of time. Let me give you a reference, or let me give you an example here. Suppose in a particular land, suppose you do have a proportion of land at your home, and you are growing a particular crop on that very land. Suppose you have a rice field and you are cultivating rice on that way, on that land, and that rice crop is growing for a particular period of time. Suppose nowadays you are planting the rice, the paddy plants, and in October, September and October, you are harvesting that. This is the cropping pattern, okay? That this cropping pattern indicates the time and arrangement, okay? The time and the arrangement of crops which we discussed, okay, in a particular land area. Okay, rather we can say this is yearly sequence and the spatial arrangement of sowing and following on a given area. Okay, students, any change in the cropping pattern would cause this change. Okay, any change in this cropping pattern, it can cause change in the proportion of land under different crops. It can also change in space, sequence, and time of crops. These two changes can occur. Okay. In India, the cropping pattern is determined by different factors. By different factors. Okay. The geographical factors. It's rainfall, the temperature, the climate, technology, and the soil type. For example, rainfall, which is the basic or the important factor which determines the agriculture of any area. Suppose we know that the northern India, the northeastern part of India, it is very fertile. The soil type is very fertile. The area is having adequate quantity of rainfall. Okay. uh, mm, it has also a moderate or the good temperature sequence temperature this having good temperature. It is also having a good climatic conditions, and in that very area and other areas also, they do have a technological know-how. As we know, as the technology is advancing, there are advances in the agricultural practices also. Okay, in India, we have also three cropping patterns. We have monocrop pattern, we have mixed cropping pattern, and we have intercropping pattern. Now, monocropping pattern, what is the first one? The monocropping pattern, as the name indicates, mono means one. That means in a particular land, only one crop is grown, only one crop is cultivated. As you can see in our Kashmir, we have rice fields, and only rice is cultivated on the area, over the surface, for a particular period of time. And now the second pattern, it is mixed cropping pattern. Mixed cropping pattern means not only one crop but different crops are grown on the same area for a same period of time. As you can see in your orchards, here there we are cultivating apple, we are cultivating pear, we are cultivating palm, pear, these again these cherries, etc. And on the same land we are cultivating pulses, we are cultivating beans, we are cultivating maize, also that's called the mixed pattern. Third one is intercropping pattern. Intercropping pattern is also the mixed cropping pattern, but here a sequence is followed. For example, in one row you do have the you have maize crops, you are cultivating maize. After maize you have another row where you are cultivating beans. After that you can cultivate any other crop. So a sequence is followed. This is called the intercropping pattern. Now, going to the cropping pattern of India, we have three cropping seasons. It's Rabi season, Zad season, and Kharif season. Here, different crops are grown in these seasons. For example, the first one, which is a Rabi crop, this is Rabi season, and the crops grown in this season, they are called the Rabi crops or winter crops. The sowing period, the sowing season for these crops is winter. That means the crops are grown, the crops are sowing in October and December. The same crops are harvested in summer, that means in April and June. The examples of this type are wheat, barley, peas, gram, mustard, etc. And the states where these crops are predominantly cultivated, they are Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, it is Uttarakhand, UP, and the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Here, the main attraction for these crops is western temperate cyclones. Second one is the Kharif crop. Kharif crops, the sowing season for Kharif crops is the onset of monsoons. And we know the onset of monsoons, the advancing monsoons, it is June and July. Okay, and these crops are harvested, that means the harvesting season here is September and October. The examples for this type of these type of crops is paddy, maize, jawar, bajra, arhar, moong, urad, cotton, jute, groundnut, and soybean. And the states where these crops are found, where these crops are cultivated, it is West Bengal, coastal regions of Assam, it's Andhra Pradesh, it is Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Maharashtra in India. Okay, now going to the ZAD, the third category, it is ZAD crops. ZAD crops, this season is in between the Rabi and the Kharif, that means winter and summer season. The sowing season here is the sowing period, or the sowing season here is March and April, and these crops are harvested in July and August, or it can be sometime is September. The examples for this type of crops, these type of crops is watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, different vegetables, fodder crops, etc. This was all regarding the cropping pattern and the cropping pattern of India. Hope, my dear students, you would have understood all regarding this topic. And if you do have any questions, any queries regarding the topic, you can ask the questions. You can contact me through my WhatsApp number. Thank you very much.